let me go through the company valuation engine because I was just mentioning it. So the company valuation engine is using 6 different methods to help you see whether or not a company is overvalued or undervalued, right? So overpriced or underpriced. And typically, if it's overpriced across the board, across all 6 valuation methods, you need to be careful. It's just something you need to ponder upon and really reflect upon and think about it. So, for example, if I look at Alphabet, it's going to give you an overview. It's going to give you the financial performance. It'll give you the valuation, of course, as measured by the total enterprise value, by the number of available shares in circulation multiplied by the last traded price. And that's the formula everyone knows. However, if you want to look at the actual methods that are being used, you can look at discounted cash flow, intrinsic value. You can look at the Graham number, the Peter Lynch fair valuation, the Greenblatt magic formulation. So there's quite a few, right? So right now there's 6 plus 1 or 7 in total. Not all 7 are populated all the time. It depends on whether or not there's sufficient data to be able to calculate it with some degree of confidence. But this is where it gets very interesting. So I want to be able to use some type of composite average of these 3. And it's ultimately telling me that it's slightly overvalued, right? It doesn't mean that it's going to lead to a market correction, but it leads to the conclusion that it is overvalued overall. So, and that's interesting. So that to me is interesting, right? So, and then you can look at their income statement, their balance sheet, their cash flows, but even more importantly, you can do a financial forensic audit to look for any potential concern with the SEC filings and see if there's also look at the AI disruption impact of this company and whether or not there's any risks with financial, operational, market, and AI and tech controls. So you can look at the risk signals, the positive signals, and then the further down you go, you can keep seeing any potential forensic accounting flags that you can look at, right? And this is where, it's a chartered accountant's dream to be able to see this all in one unified view. And for somebody who's always focused on process reengineering and AI automation, this disruption analysis is incredibly valuable because it's telling you whether or not this company has a high probability of being disrupted or impacted by AI automation, AI augmentation, et cetera, in the future. So if the AI disruption score is very high, then that means the liability shield or any type of protection that company has against AI disruption is low, and that's very dangerous. So, so this is hopefully very valuable for everyone, and hopefully it's as straightforward to be able to understand and process. And if there's a company that hasn't been analyzed, you can just click analyze and be able to see it. So this to me is really valuable, and it's something that's continuously like a work in progress.